नमस्ते, हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया। My name is J.V. Dr. Vishal Saxena, and I am Associate Professor in Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. I am Associate Professor in the subject of Mathematics. Today I am going to take a lecture on the module two-phase method in linear programming problem, and this module is a part of the course Operation Research, and the course is taken from the program BBA and BBA LLB 6th semester under the Faculty of Law and Governance. So now we start to take the topic here, two-phase method, and all we know that here two-phase method is a solution method of the linear programming problem, and in this method the artificial variables are used to solve the problem. So we take here this topic. In this phase, in two-phase method, the whole procedure of solving a linear programming problem involving artificial variables is divided into two phases. In phase 1, we form a new objective function by assigning 0 to every original variable, including slack and surplus variables, and -1 to each of the artificial variables. Then we try to eliminate the artificial variables from the basis. So it means first we have to eliminate the artificial variables from the basis. The solution at the end of phase 1 serves as a basic feasible solution for phase 2nd, and in this phase 2nd the original objective function is taken, and the usual simplex algorithm is used to find an optimal solution. The following example is taken for the two-phase method to understand. So now we take one example here to understand this. So example is in this way here. Solve the following LPP by two-phase method. Minimum z is equal to x1 plus x2, subject to 2x1 plus x2 greater than or and equal to 4, x1 plus 7x2 greater than and equal to 7, and the non-negative condition is x1 comma x2 is greater than or equal to 0. Solution. First we have to first convert the minimization problem to maximization problem. So maximum z dash is equal to minus x1 minus x2. The objective function is coming here into the form of maximum because we have multiplied the previous the objective function, means minimum z is equal to x1 plus x2 with minus sign. That's why z converts into z dash, and it is here maximum z dash equal to minus x1 minus x2, subject to 2x1 plus x2 minus x3 plus x5 is equal to 4, and the another constant is here x1 plus 7x2 minus x4 plus x6 is equal to 7, and all the variables xi are greater than or equal to 0 we are taking, means it is a non-negative condition. Here just x1 means we are taking here, x3 and x4 are the these are the slack variables, these are the surplus variables, x3 and x4, while x5 and x6 are the artificial variables. So these are introduced here to solve this problem in the phase 1. So we are starting the phase 1 here. In the phase 1 we are taking the objective function maximum z1 is equal to here like 0x1 plus 0x2 plus 0x3 plus 0x4 minus x5 and minus x6. Minus x5 minus x6 is taken as because we are putting the values, we are giving the cost to the artificial variable as -1, and the other variables we are giving the cost to the other variables as 0. Now subject to the same condition is here. Okay, next that is we are making a table. This table consists of CB, basic variable, XB, and the variables y1, y2, y3 y4, y5 and y6. Their cost Cj are here. Initially we have seen in the objective function these are taken as 0, 0, 0 and -1 to the y5 and -1 to the y6. So the cost, the basic variables are in the basis initially taken as x5 and x6. Their cost Cv are -1 and -1 and their xb are 4 and 7. Initial basic feasible solution we have taken, and now we have made this table. Then we will find Zj minus Cj, and Zj means here that is the formula Cb into Yj, and Zj minus Cj we will calculate here, and we are getting in this way -3, -8, -1 and 0, -3, -8, 1, 1 and 0, 0. So Zj means here Cb into Yj. That is the way to find Zj. So which is most negative value here? -8 is the most negative value, and correspondingly therefore y2 is the incoming vector, and corresponding to this we will find here the minimum ratio, which is called xbr upon yrj, and xbr upon yrj means here that is because y2 is the incoming vector, so 4 upon 1 and 7 upon 7. So which is the minimum value here? Definitely 7 upon 7 is the minimum value. So corresponding to the this x6 is the outgoing vector. x6 means y6 is the outgoing vector, that is the artificial variable, and 7 is the key element. Next we take here the second simplex table by the usual process of the simplex method, and in this table we can see here the artificial variable is coming in this here, the x2 is coming in place of x6 and x5 is as it is here. So just we have made this table here, and you can see there x5 and x2 are there in the basic variables, and -1 and 0 are the cost here, and just xb are given that here 3 and 1, and just by the usual process we have to make the table. Next again we will find here Zj minus Cj, and Zj minus Cj the way is the same here. Zj means Cb into Yj, and Cb into Yj according to this here, what is first value? -13 upon 7, then 0, then 1, -1 by 7, 0 and 8 by 7. So it means which is most negative value here? -13 by 7 is the most negative value, and therefore this x1 is the incoming vector. We can say x1 or y1, whatever it is, x1 is the incoming vector, and again we will find the minimum ratio xbr upon yrj shown in the right side here, that is xbr upon yrj. This is here 21 upon 13 and 7 upon 1. So what is minimum value here? Definitely 21 upon 13 is the minimum value, and that's why x5 is the outgoing vector, because corresponding to 21 upon 13 x5 is there, the basic variable, so it will be the outgoing vector, and 13 by 7 is the key element. In the similar way we will make the third table, and now we can see the third table. In the third table Zj minus Cj are coming there 0, 0, 0, 0 and 1 and 1, means all the Zj minus Cj values are greater than and equal to 0. Therefore and no artificial variable presents in the basis here. Therefore the phase 1 just completes here in this step, and now the phase second will be starting. So in the phase second the same table is taken here, and just we can see this one here. The table we have taken, that's the same table is taken here. Just we have to take the basic variables x1 and x2 here, the previously written there, and the table is same, but their cost, now we have to take the original cost here as given in the actual question here. So the cost of x1 and x2 are -1 and -1, and the cost of x3 and x4 are 0, 0, and CB consists of -1 and -1, and XB are given there. In this way, again there is same way to solve the problem by the simplex method, and Zj minus Cj are calculated here. The same way is there to calculate Zj. Zj means here CB into Yj, and Cj is given there at the top. So just calculate Zj minus Cj. It is given that here 0, 0, 6 upon 13 and 1 upon 13. So see, since all Zj minus Gj, all Zj minus Cj are greater than and equal to 0, therefore this solution is the optimal solution, and in this way the solution is given by x1 is equal to 21 upon 13 and x2 is equal to 10 upon 13, and the value of Z is here 31 upon 13. So this is the value of Z, and the solution is shown here. So this is the solution of the two-phase method. So this session is powered by Digital Version 2, Jayoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur, and I hope all you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention in the comment box. I will resolve it. So with this here we conclude our today's lecture. Thank you.